Spicier than salsa and still with a twinkle in his eye, the man who calls himself Macho is actually mellowing with age. At age 33, today he'll meet undefeated Gary Kirkland, 10 years his junior, live from Ledyard, Connecticut. We're at the Foxwoods Resorts and Casino. Hi, everybody. I'm Tim Ryan here at ringside, and everybody knows Hector Macho Camacho, a two-time world champion, had a lot of speed and style as a younger fighter, but in recent months, he has been showing some newfound power, I guess, that has come with age as well. In fact, in his last 6 outings, he has scored 4 knockout victories in those 6 victories. And I'm joined at ringside here by Gil Clancy. And Gil, I know that you have some thoughts on how Hector Camacho has suddenly developed the power that he didn't show as a one-punch knockout artist back in his youth.
Well, Tim, you know, he's fighting at a heavier weight now, but he's also got a lot older. So he's settled down a lot more. He's setting down on his punches, and he's really found some good punching power, especially with that straight left hand.
What does he give up having developed this power? What's different?
It doesn't seem that he's given up too much. He's a great defensive fighter, moves a lot, very, very hard to hit.
Young Gary Kirkland, undefeated in 23 fights at age 23, is not at all afraid of Hector Camacho. He says he's not fighting the legend. He's just treating this fight as another fighter on his roadmap in the boxing world. Here's the strategy.
With the pressure I put on him and the body shots I throw, you know, I might be able to stop him. I'm not looking to stop him, though. I'm just looking to beat him. That's all there is to it. I'm gonna beat him up. You know, I'm gonna mug him.
Well, there's Gary Kirkland from Whiting, Indiana, 23-0, just 7 knockouts. And yet, watching him on videotape in recent fights, it looks like he has some power. Gil, what are your thoughts on this kid's strategy for Camacho?
Tim, he's got the right idea when he says he's going to have to mug Camacho to beat him, but he's going to have to find him first. And looking for him, he may run into that straight left hand, that powerful new left hand of Camacho's.
It looks like Gary Kirkland has some real good boxing skills. He goes to the head and body. He's got a big right hand. Kind of surprising he hasn't knocked out more of his opponents.
Tim, I like the way he fights. He's a rough, tough guy, never lets you rest, puts pressure on you all the time. Camacho's going to have to be at his best to handle this kid.
Gary Kirkland has brought fans here from Whiting, Indiana to cheer him on against Hector Macho Camacho, and they include his dad, Richard. He's a very confident young man, and he sees this as a great opportunity. We'll be back with a look at the tail of the tape and get underway with our action in just a moment. We're back live at the Foxwoods Resort and Casino here in southeastern Connecticut near the town of Ledyard on the Indian reservation that has proven so popular for fans of gaming and boxing alike. And here is Hector Macho Camacho with yet another outfit, proclaiming himself king here. A little kind of a King Arthur look. And let's take a look at the tail of the tape here for Camacho and Kirkland. 10-year age advantage to Gary Kirkland, depending on how you look at that, of course. He's slightly taller at 5'9". He came in at 146.5. Camacho at 147 at last evening's weigh-in. The rules are under the Connecticut State Commission. There is no standing 8 count. If a fighter is knocked down 3 times in a round, then the fight will be ruled over. And if there's an accidental butt before 3 rounds, it's a technical draw. After that, they would go to the cards. For introductions, let's go to our ring announcer, Mark Piero.
Here we go, baby. Here we go. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Fox Theater at Fox Resort and Casino in Mashantucket, Connecticut, where CBS Sports Show's boxing series continues. Today's bouts are under the auspices of the Mashantucket Pequot Tribal Nation Boxing Commission. The chairman is Joseph Carlini. Executive Director, John Burns. Ring officials assigned by the Mashantucket Boxing Commission and the IBC, President Joseph Blackie Gennaro. Judges at ringside are, from Brick, New Jersey, Tommy Kazmarek. From Duxbury, Massachusetts, Don O'Neill. And from Edison, New Jersey, Larry Hazard Jr. Your ringside physicians are, from Norwalk, Connecticut, Dr. Michael Schwartz, and from Simsbury, Connecticut, Dr. Joseph Carpenteri. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Mike Akery Boxing Promotions and matchmaker Russell Peltz presents main event, 12 rounds for the Intercontinental Boxing Council Welterweight Championship. Your referee for this event from Margate, New Jersey, Steve Smoger. Introducing now the contestants, beginning first in the blue corner to my left, wearing the white trunks with blue diamond accessories. He weighs 146.5 pounds. He is undefeated in 23 bouts. He has 7 knockouts. He hails from Whiting, Indiana. Here is the challenger, strictly business, Gary Kirkland. His opponent, wearing the aqua trunks with white accessories, he weighs 147 pounds. His professional record, 53 victories, 3 losses. He has 25 knockouts. El Hijo de Bayamón, Puerto Rico, now living in the Magic City of Orlando, Florida, the IBC welterweight champion, Hector Macho Camacho. Rounds for the IBC welterweight championship.
Aquí. Come on, Mach. Mach.
A lengthy introduction. Steve Smoger now with the final instructions.
Obey my commands at all times, respect the belt at all times, and above all, protect yourself at all times. Macho, this is a clean shot. You understand that? Comprende? Está bien. Touch gloves. Touch him up. Suerte. Let's go.
Feel sorry for you, baby.
Hector Macho Camacho and Gary Kirkland, 12 rounds of welterweight action. They do have a
let's go.
title at stake, if you're wondering why it's 12 rounds.
Come on,
one of the
out of
many
the ring. Get him out of there,
boxing organizations that have surfaced to further confuse the public. This one, the Intercontinental Boxing Council, has a belt at stake in this battle today. So it is a 12-round fight. Camacho with the fringe trunks and Gary Kirkland in blue with white diamonds. 2 pretty colorful outfits here to start the action. He's 23 years of age, unbeaten, 23-0. From Whiting, Indiana, Camacho, 53 wins, only 3 defeats, 25 knockouts.
There's that straight left hand of Camacho's already, Tim. And you know, at the opening bell, Kirkland ran across the ring. His strategy is to put pressure on Camacho.
Let him out, Gary. Step. Good.
Camacho's only defeats at the hands of Felix Trinidad most recently. Before that, it was Julio Cesar Chavez in 1992, and a 12-round loss to Greg Haugen in 1991, a loss that he avenged just a few months later.
And Tim, Kirkland has never fought a southpaw in his 23 wins. He says he's been training with southpaws, but I'm sure none with the speed of Hector Camacho.
Well, in fact, he made it sound like his sparring partners were actually right-handers who turned around. So it sounded like he hadn't even been training with a legitimate southpaw, but he was very confident that he had had enough training against that look. We'll see if he does. Gary Kirkland, soft-spoken young man, very confident. Doesn't have a nickname, but as you can see on his trunks, it says Strictly Business. And Camacho, digging to the body and head, backs up Kirkland for the first time. So far, Kirkland looks very relaxed. A little redness under his right eye already. And Camacho just threw another left that landed right there. Under 30 seconds to go here in the first round. Kirkland trying to get close, landed a right to the body, but paid for it. Kirkland lands a left to the forehead of Camacho. Final seconds, first round.
There's the bell.
Round number 2 scheduled for 12. Gary Kirkland in blue and white. Hector Camacho in the fringe leather outfit with matching boots.
Tim, Camacho may be fighting at a heavier weight, but he hasn't lost any of that hand speed. Hands are like lightning.
Kirkland forcing the issue again. Camacho backs himself into the corner, now spins out. Combination landed by Camacho. No problem with the little nick under the right eye of Gary Kirkland. Is under the eye. Doesn't seem to be too severe. He lands a good right hand. Camacho fires a right hand back. Kirkland continuing to pressure, following his game plan. Camacho uses that corner to spin out so effectively.
But Tim, Kirkland is following his strategy. He's really trying to mug Camacho. Anytime he gets in against the ropes or in the corner, he's letting those hands go. He's not being overawed by Camacho. Maybe overskilled, but not overawed.
No, Kirkland indeed still looking very relaxed. Not been in against anybody the caliber of Camacho in his 23 wins. He has a full-time job. He works in a steel mill, an overnight shift. And so consequently, he hasn't been able to get out of Indiana to follow a pro career on a bigger scale. Camacho landing with that right jab, doubling it up and scoring, getting Kirkland's attention. Under a minute to go here in the second. Little blood from the nose now. Gary Kirkland starting to flow.
Tim, Kirkland is very effective to the body with Camacho.
But that right jab of Camacho's has taken its toll on the nose of Gary Kirkland.
There you go. There you go, baby.
Final seconds approaching here in round number 2. Quick hands of Camacho, back up Kirkland, a combination landing. Round number 3, Kirkland comes out quickly as he has each round. They've got the blood stopped from his nose, but Camacho has been peppering away with that right jab and scoring to the nose of Gary Kirkland. Kirkland, for his part, has continued to follow his plan of trying to stay right on top of Camacho. The quick hands of Camacho finding their target more readily.
And the blood is coming from the nose again, Tim. And there's that powerful left hand of Camacho's. You can see he's flat-footed now, sets down on those punches. There's where he's getting that power.
Off his neck, off his neck.
Feet are flat on the floor.
Don't hold the neck.
Steve Smoger, the referee, warning Camacho for holding behind the head of Kirkland. And blood all over the face of Gary Kirkland. It's all from that nose. It's bleeding freely, and Camacho able to start that flow as soon as the round began.
What Kirkland's going to have to do, Tim, and it's not going to be easy, is when Camacho throws punches, like right then, he has to punch right back. The only way he's going to be able to nail Camacho. Just can't nail him solidly with a good lead.
Banging to the body. He missed with the right hand. Kirkland's punches are obviously a lot slower than Camacho's. Most boxers are, but he is He is a slow puncher, Kirkland, and you can see most of his punches coming. But he does throw them in lots of different directions. He's very good going head and body. Camacho with a combination.
Tim Camacho looks very, very sharp to me right now. Talking about him fighting a Sugar Ray Leonard or a Pernell Whitaker. I mean, with his skills and those fast hands, he belongs with those guys.
Well, those are two different guys, I'd say, with Pernell active and Ray talking about coming out of retirement, but nothing more at this point. Camacho people say that they've had discussions. It is a serious business. They do want that fight sometime next spring. But Sugar Ray Leonard, of course, is yet again retired. Pernell Whitaker is a whole other story.
There you go, champ. Move. Give me your speed.
Watch. Hold him behind the head.
Another warning from Steve Smoger, the referee, and combination landed to that nose again, and now Camacho steps in, scored a straight left. Kirkland stood his ground, but his head snapped back, and he takes another shot to the nose.
And now Kirkland's right eye is just about closed, Tim.
That's the swelling that began in the first round. There's a good left hook from Kirkland. Final seconds of round number 3.
Vision, Doc.
From the Foxwoods Resort Casino, you can hear the referee Steve Smoger saying that Kirkland still has vision, but there is swelling, as Gil Clancy pointed out, and they'll work on that in the corner of Gary Kirkland.
Well, Tim, you mentioned that they're going to work on it in the corner. They do not have an end swell that I can see.
You're right, Gil. They have not attempted to work on that swelling. Now they've got some ice on it.
Now they have the end swell.
Yeah.
They wasted 15 to 20 seconds before they put that end swell on.
Manager and trainer is Dennis Hardesty, and he's been with them right from the beginning of his career at age 9 as an amateur. Other corner people are Ray Zale, brother of Tony Zale, and Victor Solano.
We approach the 4th round.
Go with the water and go.
There is swelling, you can see in the under the right eye of Gary Kirkland, and they were late getting in his mouthpiece, so there's a little bit of nerves in the corner of Gary Kirkland, not serving him well during that minute break.
Tim, you know, when you're going to use that end swell, you have to take advantage of every second that you have. You can't wait 15 to 20 seconds before you use it on the eye, and you can't take it off until the last second. They used about maybe only 10 seconds with the end swell.
For the benefit of those who don't know what the end swell is, it's a piece of metal that they keep in the ice bucket so that it's very cold, and then it's supposed to be applied with considerable pressure on the swelling throughout all the available time between rounds.
Let him out. Push off yourself. Come out for a second. Good.
Round 4 scheduled for 12.
Let him out, Mach. Push off.
And again, you can see Kirkland working that body, trying to get something going. But Camacho is just too quick. There he is again, trying to reach underneath, set up a combination.
Right hand through to Kirkland. Hector Camacho planning on a wedding on New Year's Eve upcoming. Amy Torres, his longtime girlfriend and mother of his 2 young sons. And Hector with a 17-year-old son. An earlier relationship, and that youngster is a boxer. Kirkland goes down. A right to the head, and then 2 body shots.
5, 6, 7, 8. How you feel, brother? Walk to me. Walk to me.
Steve Smoger checking out Gary Kirkland. Kirkland says he's all right.
It was that strong left hand again that finally put him down at the end of a combination.
And there's another combination scored by Camacho, trying to stop Kirkland here in the 4th.
Push out.
One thing Kirkland is his game, Tim, but that's not enough.
Another minute to go here in the 4th. Camacho with 4 stoppages in his last 6 outings. Trying to get one here against Gary Kirkland.
There's that straight left again by Camacho.
Step.
Under the 30-second mark we go in round 4, and Camacho now pummeling Kirkland, who's holding on and showing the signs of wear here in the 4th. Camacho showing a variety of punches, trying to get to the head and face of Gary Kirkland in the final seconds of round 4. Hector Macho Camacho. Impressive here so far.
Doctor, take a look. You'll get enough time.
Take a look at
Give me that spit bucket in the middle.
the knockdown scored by Camacho in the 4th round.
I told you want that spit bucket. Give me that spit bucket.
Camacho protects himself well, comes up with that right hook, and there's that straight left again. And there's the left again. He's overworking, and a right uppercut, another right, and a left finally puts him on the deck.
Answer back, Gary.
So Kirkland, under a flurry of punches from Camacho, going down in round number 4, first knockdown of the fight. And they have the end swell under that right eye again. Kirkland looking a little bit more discouraged.
And Tim, I noticed that he's starting to snap is not on Kirkland's punches any longer. I think he is discouraged. Something big is going to happen for Kirkland to get into this fight. And there he comes running across the ring again to start the action.
Trying to throw right to the body. You can see his right eye as he came out of the corner starting to close, and that'll become a vision problem for him. We're into the 5th, scheduled for 12. Hector Camacho with 53 victories and has been in against an outstanding array of named fighters from 130 pounds all the way up to 150. Although this victory string that he's compiled in his last 9 bouts has not included any big names. In fact, the last star boxer he faced was in January of '94 when he lost in 12 to Felix Trinidad, the outstanding IBF welterweight champion. Kirkland, the biggest fight of his young life at age 23, with 23 wins against no losses. He has not beaten any household names.
Camacho right now is very comfortable in there, Tim. He's just about controlling everything, inside, outside, doing just about what he wants to do.
Camacho freely acknowledges that the middle part of his career, he enjoyed the fast lane and arrested a couple of times in automobile infractions and so on, and had a bout with drug use. But now he feels he's a much more mature person in life and in the boxing ring, planning marriage and father of 2 young children, and wants that one more big fight opportunity.
Then the left hand of Camacho is dangerous. You can see the power in it when he throws it. There he just landed it again.
He did, and he backed up Kirkland with that. Under a minute to go here in the 5th.
Don't leave it hang. Take it to the side. Nice body shot. Nice body.
Yeah, you commented at the beginning of our bout that the way he sits down now, meaning he's planting his feet, getting more leverage, contributes to his power. Are you seeing other things in this bout that show you the new Hector Camacho?
Well, Tim, you can watch his feet. He's in a flat-footed stance, and he's able to launch those powerful punches. He's not continually moving now. Setting down on those punches is what we call it. And he's very effective. Most of the time when the guy goes up in weight, he loses his punching power. It's been just the opposite with Camacho because of the fact that he's able to set down.
Remember, he started as a junior lightweight champion at 130 pounds. Now up close to 150.
Right step back, bell.
Round number 6, live from the Foxwoods Resort and Casino in Connecticut, where Hector Macho Camacho has been dominating young, undefeated Gary Kirkland, 23-0, and that right eye of Kirkland's a little more closed each time he comes out to start a new round.
But Tim, each time he comes out, he runs across the ring to initiate the action. Hector hasn't completely discouraged him as yet.
Backs him up with a combination there and the quick hands. Those patented quick double and triple jabs of Camacho's we've been watching for so many years. And the difference, as Gil Clancy described, that he will settle down and throw with left-handed power.
Get out, get out. Okay.
Back to the center.
Kirkland's still willing to stalk and try to get close, but he has slowed considerably.
Tim, I also like the concentration of Camacho. He's very aware of everything that's going on at all times. Complete concentration on his opponent.
Looked in a left-hand lead, landed it.
In the center, move your head.
Kirkland with the left of the body, but he missed the second swinging hook. Camacho resting on the ropes, ties him up, and that's something that he knows how to do very well. Sellout crowd here at the Foxwoods Resort and Casino to watch Hector Macho Camacho. Very popular up here. Has fought here before.
Off the neck, Camacho, off the neck.
In fact, recently in nearby Hartford, he was given the key to the city and visited the Puerto Rican community there. He maintains a home in Puerto Rico.
Tim, as you have pointed out, the hand speed of the two fighters there's such a difference in the speed of Camacho's punches and the punches of Gary Kirkland. He throws correct punches. Kirkland throws to the body and head, but Camacho's punches are just too quick.
The blood from the nose of Gary Kirkland again. Under 30 seconds we go in the sixth. Kirkland trying to slash to the body, and Camacho telling his corner, I hear you boys, I'm under control here. Getting a little more counsel than he requires. Final seconds of round number 6 with Hector Macho Camacho impressively in command against Gary Kirkland.
And here's that straight left hand of Camacho's that we've been talking about with all of its power. Right on the button of Kirkland.
Right before the bell sounded, ending round 6. We're live now in round number 7. Kirkland has been down once. That was in the 4th round. And we're into round 7, scheduled for 12. Welterweights, Gary Kirkland in blue and white. Hector Camacho in the fringed light turquoise leather trunks with matching boots.
1, 2. There you go.
Camacho, who always comes out in a fancy outfit and makes that part of his image, nonetheless has been very serious throughout this boxing match and showing that he is seriously intending to try and pursue yet one more world championship. One of the major titles is what he wants. Cornell Whitaker is his primary target, but continues to talk about a match against Ray Leonard.
And Tim, Kirkland is really pressing the fight again and landing some good solid body punches. He has not been discouraged. There was a little bit of action after the bell in the last round where Camacho landed a punch and Kirkland tried to run after him, and Steve Smoger had to grab him.
A lot of spirit, a lot of heart from Gary Kirkland, and he lands to the body. Actually drove Camacho back.
You know, a lot of people talk about Camacho, his playboy image, etc., etc. But Tim, he's always been in condition anytime he's been in a fight. And you have to be in condition because Kirkland is making him work and putting pressure on him, and he's still fresh as a daisy, it seems to me.
Well, he feels very comfortable these days, both with his fighting weight and his own change in his lifestyle. More of a family man now and happy with it, and he feels that that's made him even better in the ring. Under a minute to go, round 7.
1, 2.
Good combination, finish with a left hand. Ties him up.
Kirkland's punches seem to be getting slower and slower, Tim.
Camacho scoring a little more readily, finding a way through the defense of Kirkland. And that big left hand there. Kirkland says it didn't hurt, but he took a good shot.
What a tough kid he is, Tim.
Talking to Camacho now. Blood streaming from the nose.
Very, very heavily now, Tim. This nose looks like it's badly damaged.
And Kirkland trying his best here, going toe-to-toe, but he just doesn't have the hand speed to match Camacho. Who does? Final seconds. Round 7. Camacho trying to finish it. Won't do it in this round.
You're doing good. Stay on that side here. That bad side. You can't see. You understand? You can't see. Now I'm going to give you all the water you want. Come on. How you feel? Spit it. Don't worry about it.
In the Kirkland corner, on that nose once again, and under the right eye.
It's all coming out of his nose.
Okay, very good, very good.
Look here.
Let's take a look at what's happening. There's that jab of Camacho's and the straight left hand again.
The left eye is a lawful blow. The blood's still in the nose. You can still see.
And you can see Kirkland going into a little dance, Tim, like he's not being hurt by those punches.
You could hear Steve Smoger talking to the ringside doctor. Wondering about that voice. The referee giving a report on Kirkland to the ringside doctor. And saying that he can still see.
Seconds out.
The nose has been his problem. No doubt will start to be a bit of a breathing problem for him. Gary Kirkland has only been more than 6 rounds 3 times in his career. 8, 10, and 9. 9 in his last outing.
Corner. Get that piece in there. Time in, time in.
Steve Smoger having to help the corner get Kirkland ready to come out with his mouthpiece.
Tim, you talk about nerves. They dropped the mouthpiece, then they started to put it in his mouth without washing it.
Well, he hasn't had to deal with this situation before. He's 23-0. He's been in command in his fights. This is the first time that his corner has had to deal with this kind of a circumstance and setback. Bleeding and losing Gary Kirkland. Round number 8 scheduled for 12.
Hey, Doc, you get ready.
And that was Steve Smoger, the referee again.
And now Kirkland is bruised under the left eye, Tim, so both eyes are starting to close.
Let him out, good, nice and clean. That's it, good.
Steve Smoger, you heard, just alerting the ringside doctor to be ready to come and take a look at Kirkland. So Smoger very aware he doesn't want this youngster to get hurt.
But Tim, with the way that nose is bleeding now, it's possible it could be broken.
And he's still talking to Camacho. He's got plenty of heart. Gary Kirkland from Whiting, Indiana, doing his best.
Camacho like
facing his first defeat. Go ahead, Joe.
Camacho's like a will-o'-the-wisp, and Kirkland just can't seem to reach him with any good solid head punches at all.
Get out, get out. How's a mad ball?
Camacho still showing the quickness of foot, the ability to slip and move, the elusiveness that he has shown throughout his career. It's some newfound power. And he settles down and unloads, especially the left.
Watch yourself. Get out.
Can't see, champ. That's it.
Kirkland still indicating that he's not hurt. I can take some more, but that's what he's taking from Camacho is more. Lots of blood from the nose. It's been bleeding freely from the second round on.
Tim is becoming a clinic now. Camacho's just picking him apart.
Only knockdown was in the 4th round. Camacho sending Kirkland down with a combination. Kirkland banging with the body, still trying.
Let him out, Max. Let him out.
Camacho stationary and made him pay for a moment of.
They're going to have to take a serious look at Kirkland between rounds now, Tim. Again, both eyes are bruised. His nose is badly cut.
Kirkland just landed a combination to the face of Hector Camacho, but it's a little too late. Final seconds, round 8.
I need the eye, Doc.
Stay low.
Round number 9, you're looking at Gary Kirkland, a game youngster, 23 years of age from Whiting, Indiana, in against the much more proficient Hector Camacho. Has been very impressive. And his corner is apparently going to let him come out. The doctor checked him between rounds, said that his vision was all right for him to continue. But he has not won a round on our card, and one must question why his corner would send him back out here, Gil. If you were in the corner, do you let this young kid come out now?
Absolutely not, Tim. He hasn't been able to hurt Camacho with any punches that he's thrown. He doesn't figure to score a knockout, just figures to take more punishment. And referee Smoker said, I'll give you one more round. So he's giving him a chance to really go out and try to hurt Camacho, but he's going to hurt himself more by walking into punches.
Now, the referee did consult with members of the boxing commission, and first of all with the doctor, who was mainly concerned about Kirkland's vision, and decided that he was able to see well enough. Hector Camacho, an impressive performance against an overmatched young man here, even though he had an unbeaten record of 23-0, had not been in against big-time caliber, and he was exposed pretty quickly by Camacho in the early rounds. But his heart wasn't exposed because this kid is a gamester. And he's still throwing punches here in the ninth, trying to turn it around, land the big one.
Off him, Macho, off him. Get out, get out.
Macho's won 9 in a row, has not been in against top caliber opposition himself since the loss to Felix Trinidad. Trying to build up his record and get himself that one last big-time fight.
One thing about Kirkland, Camacho doesn't have to look for him because he's coming at Camacho all the time. And again, as we mentioned, he's not going to try to land that big one. And I think it's more dangerous for him. He's going to be the one that's going to get nailed by the big one.
Swelling under both eyes, a bloody and probably broken nose. Here's a youngster who broke his hand in his last fight in the second round, wound up stopping his opponent in the ninth. That was in February of this year. KO 9 of Bernard Matthews, despite the broken hand. He is one tough customer.
Do it again, baby. Don't stop it.
Camacho whipping out the right hand jab after the combination. Got a little sting on it. Smoker taking a real good look at Kirkland.
Tim, he should stop this fight right now.
You can see Smoker watching very carefully. And again, another close look. Camacho continues to pour it on. And again, Kirkland stays in there. And Steve Smoker says that's enough. A disappointed Kirkland, but that's a good decision by Steve Smoker. There's no point in allowing that to go any farther. And in fact, we thought maybe his corner should have kept him in there at the end of the 8th round. A game performance by Gary Kirkland, an impressive boxing display by Hector Macho Camacho. He lifts his record to 54 wins in his long career.
Give me a bigger towel.
3 defeats, 26 knockouts now. Hector Macho Camacho started boxing in September of 1980. Here he is in 1995, and hoping for that one more shot at one more big fight.
All right, let's
Talk with Pernell Whitaker, a serious talk, we might add, of Sugar Ray Leonard. Of course, it's up to Ray Leonard whether or not he's going to make yet another comeback and give Camacho that opportunity. Let's go back and see the closing flurry of punches that Steve Smoker decided was enough.
Again, this is when Camacho is conducting the
head to help out, which he's always been pretty nifty at.
That's why he's a veteran, Tim.
54 victories for Hector Macho Camacho, and we'll be back to talk with the winner here at the Foxwoods Resort and Casino in a moment. Stay with us on the CBS Sports Show. Well, let's get the decision here at the Foxwoods Resort from Mark Piero.
The time, 2 minutes, 39 seconds of the 9th round. The winner by technical knockout and IBC welterweight champion, Hector Macho Camacho.
Hector, Hector, an outstanding performance against a very game guy. He made you work, that's for sure.
Yeah, he was game.
What was your impression of your own performance?
It was pretty well, sharpening up. You know, like I say, you know, I'm fighting consistent now. That's what's bringing my speed back out, my sharpshooting, my defense, my offense. But I'm here right now and keep fighting this kind of fighters, you know, and just get ready for fights like Whitaker, you know, Chavez. Chavez, come on with it. It was your time that time. Now it's my time. Ray Leonard, I don't got too much talk for you. You're either going to fight or not or stay retired.
All right, well, we know you'll do the talking for both of them. Let's take a look at the knockdown in the 4th round. This, as we commented, is a very tough young guy.
No, it was definitely tough. He kept coming. So I took my time because I figured, you know, all I had to do was hit him with a clean shot, you know, and the referee was going to stop it himself, or he would just would have gone down himself like he did right there.
Now, it looked like after the 8th round, with his eyes swollen and his nose bleeding, they might not let him come out. What were your thoughts at that point?
I was hoping he just stayed sitting down because I was just going to get sharper and sharper. You know, when it comes into the 6th, 7th, 8th round, those are my best rounds, you know, because I'm seasoned. I've been professional for 15 years, you know, fighting better quality fighters, you know, and going through wars. And when you go with a war against Chavez the way I did, took all his kitchen and knives and forks, you know, I mean, it's nothing this guy could do to me either.
Well, let's take a look at how it's ended here in the 9th round. Gil Clancy was impressed with your speed in addition to your newfound power, and your stamina certainly was here in the 9th.
Well, everything is here, like I said, you know. I'll keep fighting consistent next month, the following month, and to Ray come out, you know, his retirement, so-called retirement. Come on with it. I'm ready for you guys. It's Macho time.
All right. Well, he says it's Macho time. Hector Macho Camacho with an impressive victory over young Gary Kirkland. His first loss today for young Kirkland, and we expect to see this young man again. Ken Square will be back with a look at other sports action around the country when we return.